Namaste. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Top tarot minors is the topic. And today I'm going to share with you some favorite Nine of Wands cards. Nine of Wands. I think what has helped me in many minor arcana has been my study of the Golden Dawn correspondences. And in reflecting on the Golden Dawn correspondences, I've been able to build in so much more vocabulary and layers of meaning. Welcome, Amelia. And so I'm going to share a little bit about that in terms of some of these cards. But this is a really potent card. And I know in the Crowley deck, the Crowley books, there is reference to the great work of your life. But beyond that, in a more general concept, the Suit of Wands is the great work of your life. And I think some of us are really blessed in that we are able to marry our work career with a passion and something that feels truly purposeful. Other people have an opportunity to tap into that in weeks or moments or years of their life. And the great work of your life is something that just feels, it's so fulfilling, and you have a force that carries you forward that you just can't explain. And sometimes you find yourself stopping to explain it to others because it can't be understood unless it comes from deep within your soul. And in the Nine of Wands, I really feel that connection. This is a card that can also reflect upon those moments of greatness in your life. The card in the center is the Thoth Tarot, the Crowley Thoth Tarot, illustrated by Lady Frida Harris. And the piece here that I think is most useful to sit with for a moment is this reflection between sun and moon. And why are these planets on this card? This is a Sagittarius card, and I talked a little bit about Sagittarius energy yesterday in the middle pillar, on the middle pillar, the Temperance card on the middle pillar of the Tree of Life. And any cards that are on the middle pillar of the Tree of Life tend to have a big pull. They are big work. They take a tremendous amount of energy to know. And this is this is 9, right? So 8, 9, 10, middle decan of Sagittarius. And with that gathering, I'm looking for some words here. Gathering energy, central decan of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is so driven. It feels almost like I said, unbeknownst to everyone else, I know exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing, and there's like a spiritual energy here. I think the expansive energy of Jupiter really helps these cards to feel like I'm doing something that matters. But because this is a lunar decan, and so we have a 9, right? So we have a 9. This is a lunar decan. This is also, because it's a 9, it's a Yesod, so it's a double lunar card, which helps to explain the reflective nature of this card. Why in the Waite-Smith Tarot or many of the Waite-Smith inspired decks, we see a single person standing, wounded, pausing. It's a stage card. In the Waite-Smith Tarot, it has a sense of separation. It's like I need to step out of what's going on so I can understand and look and think and maybe count my blessings, do a survey of my life. But it's all here. There's a lot of energy. And there's this beautiful harmony between the 4 and the 4 swords. And this 9th sword takes us straight up the central pillar. It has this potential to, with focus, to bypass, to consolidate energy and take us to really, really great heights. Now, the energy of the energy of wands is also intensely creative. So it can feel so fulfilling. And I think when we are in our greatest creative potential, we feel inspired by something greater than who we are. And so that also helps us to go on and to go forward. In the Urban Tarot, which is in the background here, we see a U.S. postal worker pushing the mail through the snow. And we don't see where I mean, mail is delivered to super mailboxes. The day of getting mail delivered to each individual house it feels like something from a day gone, in the past. I know a lot of businesses still get mail delivered to businesses. But back in the day, postal workers were a special breed. To do that work for a life means you navigate animals and weather, and you bring messages to people. Letters are also a thing of the past. I just have so much. It's like the postal worker is a conduit of this energy. And then I go back and I look here. Okay, so we're seeing that middle wand as a conduit that connects or carries the darkness to the light, the moon to the sun. And it's so interesting too that this card connects that previous 8 of Wands, which tends to carry signs and messages. So I think this is a really clever card. The tenacity symbolized by fire is harmonized by the energy of the ice and the snow, the water, the feminine energy. It's kind of cool the way that is portrayed cleverly. And sometimes I think the cleverness is not completely, in the mind of the artist. There may be something else here, but I think it's even greater than Robin Cole imagined. This is the Wild Unknown Tarot. This is the Vindur Tarot. Let's look at these ones here. Wild Unknown, Vindur. Slightly different energy. In the Wild Unknown, the moon is at the top. The light is there. It's almost like the lunar energy has met the solar energy. It feels like it's a step further down the path. These steps are not easy. These branches have lots of twigs on them. If you were taking this journey barefoot, you would be... There may be some blood. What am I getting at here? It's like this is... We persevere, we continue, we strive because we know it matters deep within. And if you also have a divine association with 9 being a triple 3, it makes this card all the more important. Being connected to the great work of your life, inspired by spirit. Middle pillar, connecting sun and moon. And when we find that kind of harmony with solar and lunar energy, we move toward peace, happiness. And so the message in this card is keep going until you feel that both the dance of both sides is equally represented. There's something about this Vindur card that feels a little bit connected to the 7 of Wands, but yet it's a little further down the journey. And I can imagine the voice or the sound coming out of the mouth of the figure that's with their back to us. I have accomplished something. In the Frida Kahlo deck, the Tarot Avatara, we see this like a slideshow. And I'm sure you've seen movies or even in your own lifetime have had moments where times in your life have flashed before your eyes. You've watched a slideshow of your life, and I actually have done this. Or if you have ever been commemorated. This is what this card is. And I am humbled, and I know that I have done well here. I think the Wild Unknown Tarot really, sorry, not Wild Unknown. This is the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. Tarot of the Hidden Realm. This is a really unique portrayal of the 9 of Wands. Slightly more creative version of the Vindur deck to its left. We see the creative expression, the dance of the creative expression. And yet, this is really, this is a funny little deck. This is called the Luz Tarot, L-U, I don't know where it's disappeared to. Yeah, Tarot de Luz. When I look at the Tarot de Luz, which has a lot of fire, but it also has that transformational phoenix kind of energy there. And I look at the transformative power of the fire in the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. You see that great bird energy behind. And yet, I'm looking in the screen and I also see it's funny, I've never seen it, but I can see a bear here as well too. It's almost, I don't know if there's animals in spirit with this person who is persevering, living their passion, living their dream. It's really cool. Live. You will be transformed if you commit to your path. That kind of message. I had to bring a few Winnie the Pooh. This is the Wisdom of Pooh Tarot. It's a fairly new deck. There's something here that I like the fire, like the autumn trees in the background, and I carry on. Many of these cards, we don't know where we're going or what the next step is. We might not know how. That feeling like, I don't know how I got to where I am, but wow, I'm here kind of energy. That also is very much part of this experience of the 9 of Wands. It is a truly, truly brilliant card. This is the textured tarot. I have a couple of decks that have this sort of an image where we are literally brought to our knees. We are humbled by this experience. Again, I can't quite believe or fathom how I got here, and yet I did. I navigated this path, and I'm still alive, and that it also feels like there's some great thing that has come to me through this. It could be a relationship. It could be an opening in like a new opportunity of some kind. 9 is the completion of the suit of wands, and it's here. It's going to open a door for you. I was just thinking of a spin-off of Yellowstone series where one of the ancestors, a young man, he's a hunter. He leaves the U.S., can't cope with family. He's a hunter in Africa, and early on in that series, you see him in action as a hunter, and the power that gives him, not power over, but an internal fire that, I don't know, it gives so much meaning to life. And I want to be really cautious of ever judging somebody for what it is they do in this lifetime. And then on the far left, 9 of Wands. This is from the Way Home Tarot. It is an extraordinary card, and another aspect that is often not shared in the 9 of Wands, and all of the 9s in general, because we come, hi Scott, welcome, we come to an ending, a conclusion where I feel like in all of the 9s, part of the medicine is in the letting go. I have indeed completed, and so now there's something to be laid down, something to be released, and I think this card speaks to that really, really well. This sort of paper lantern releasing ceremony could bring up all kinds of associations for any of you, but it's a wonderful way to give yourself permission to move to the next cycle, the next level. And those paper lanterns carry the shape of a cup, and and they have the element of air that's part of this. It's like this. There's and they will become dust. I don't know. There's something about this union of elements and release of energy, and there's a prayer and intention of honoring you for who you are and all that you've done and this path that you have walked. Amelia says, for me, 9 of Wands is a Sisu card. It's the Finnish word for perseverance, persistence, strength, willpower, grit, courage. There is not one word to translate, but I found a pretty profound quote. We all have moments when we all need to reach beyond what we think we are capable of. At the end of physical, emotional, and psychological endurance. And then we have some kind of force that allows us to continue even though we thought we couldn't. Exactly. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And this portrayal here in Tarot Avatara is of Frida on her deathbed, quite literally, she goes to this final gala presentation and she can't physically get there. So they transport her on her bed to this event. And she is celebrated and honored and it's I don't know, it's, you know, I'm just at a loss for words. This is a really, really important card. And I think going through and doing top tarot minors has been an important part of this process, because while the major arcana, these archetypes, tend to hang around for a longer bit of time, they can be a little more profound. The bits and pieces of the minor arcana are so important to weaving the story and the healing journey of the tarot. And we need to know the whole picture of the 78 cards. All right, so I'm going to choose my top 5. I'm going to leave in this one, this Tarot of the Hidden Realm. I think it's a pretty special card. That is the Urban Tarot. And the Way Home Tarot. Wild Unknown. All right, let's go with that. And I really want to emphasize how much influence, the deeper I have gone with my studies of Golden Dawn correspondence, it's just made so much more sense of Waite-Smith inspired, Crowley inspired decks, and Golden Dawn inspired decks. All right, so top 5 Nine of Wands cards, left to right, are Tarot Avatara, The Wild Unknown, Way Home, Urban, and Tarot of the Hidden Realm. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow with 10 of Wands. And just a reminder, if you have been contemplating taking a course with me, all of my courses are on sale right now. I'm having a back to school sale, and there's 4 of them that are available on my website. So check it out if you have found inspiration in this series or anything else I'm offering on my channel. Thank you. Take good care. Namaste.